Hi, fifth graders. It's Miss Olson here. So tonight we're going to be going over sequencing of events. We've talked about this briefly in class before, and we've done some narrative writing. But tonight we're really going to be focusing on transition words and how we can use those transition words in our narrative writing. So I'm going to be going over a story that I wrote. A quick narrative that I wrote about spring break, just because we had spring break, so it's a good place to get some ideas about stories and things that we've done. So you'll notice how I have red bolded words up here. So these are transition words, and these are words that I want you to think about in your own writing. I want you to think about when I'm reading my story. You'll see the words and you'll see how I incorporate those words into the story. So this is my story about spring break. So I'm going to start reading, and I want you guys to follow along with me and make sure that you're looking for those transition words. So first, on spring break, I went on a plane and traveled to Florida to visit my family. When I got to Florida, my family picked me up from the airport and we went to have some lunch. After lunch, we went to the beach and I was able to spend some time with my family. Later that night, we had a barbecue and we roasted marshmallows by the fire. The next morning, we woke up and I got ready to leave to go to Disney for the day. I have only been once before, so I was very excited to go back and see all of the sights. To end the day at Disney, we all watched the fireworks. Overall, my spring break trip to Florida was very fun and exciting because I was able to spend quality time with my family. All in all, I can't wait to head back to Florida for some more fun in the sun. So now that you guys heard my story, I want you to take a look at these transition words. So we have time transition words, place transition words, idea transition words, and summarizing transition words. So our time transition words are really, so some examples of them are the next day, in a little while, before long. So these are kind of giving you the opportunity to transition from time to time. Our place transitions are giving us the opportunity to use words to transition from place to place. Idea transition words are, one idea to another idea, and summarizing is to complete the story. So a lot of the summarizing transition words are in the end, all in all, overall, in conclusion. That's, the summarizing transition words are really what's going to sum up our story and conclude it. So after you guys take a look at these transition words, I want you to complete this quiz. So you guys are going to head to this link after I'm done with the presentation tonight. So you're going to head to this link. There's some questions there that you're going to go through, and it's about these transition words here. So use this as your reference. We're going to be using it tomorrow in class anyways. So use this as your reference, and you will be able to get some ideas about what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So why don't you guys head and take this quiz? And don't worry, it's not going to be graded or anything. It's just for me to help me teach you guys. So after the quiz, I want you to choose and review the graphic organizers that I'm about to show you. I want you to choose the one that speaks to you the best, because I know that we're all we learn a little bit differently. So I want you to choose the graphic organizer that speaks to you. So I want you to write down one or two questions that you have about it and come in to class prepared to talk about them. We'll be grouping based on the graphic organizer that you chose. And you guys can talk about some questions that you possibly have had about your graphic organizer in class tomorrow. So this is our one of the options. So up here, you know, you'll have the characters. It'll be you, your mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncles, grandpa, grandma, anybody that's going to be in your story. The setting is going to be, in mine, it would have been in Florida. And the time, this could be, you know, in the morning, in the night. My story was during spring break. So that would be my when. That is when this story happened. So your topic sentence is going to be what your story is going to be about. And then here are transition words: first, next, and finally. So this is where you're going to really write what happened in your story. You're going to be using some transition words in these body paragraphs to help you transition your story. And then here at the bottom is going to be your closing sentence. So this is where you would have some of those summarizing transition words, you know, all in all, in conclusion, just any words to help sum up your story. This next one is a little bit simpler. And this is actually, I really like this one because it allows you to draw some pictures, because I know pictures help a lot of us learn. So these just have transition words on them. So first, next, then, and last. I think that this is a great way for you guys to map out your story, maybe in a visual way, and that's totally fine because sometimes it helps us when we draw out our pictures. So again, I want you guys, I'll go back to this slide. So you're going to choose and review one of these graphic organizers. Don't worry about printing it out. I'm going to have it in class tomorrow, but I want you guys to just jot down in your journals some questions that you have about the graphic organizer, or some thoughts about the story that you're going to want to do for tomorrow. So we'll head to here. Again, this is one of the options, and this is another option that you guys get to choose for tomorrow in class. And lastly, I just want to say have a great night. You guys can email me any questions that you have, or just make sure that you come to class tomorrow about questions that you possibly could have. And don't forget to go back and complete the quiz. This will just be your homework for tonight, just completing this quiz. And remember that the quiz is based on these transition words here. So have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.